Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. In our last episode, we noted that on July 9th, 2025, the Clerk of Court released documents filed and served by the Media Coalition concerning the media's motion to be heard and to set aside or vacate the non-dissemination, aka gag order. The second document is the Memorandum in support of motion. This is the second of 4 filings by the media on the 3rd of July 2025. And if you look at page 1, the media goes into an introduction, a background, which commences as follows. On July 2nd, 2025, Brian Kohberger pled guilty to the unalivings of 4 University of Idaho students and to 1 count of burglary. Mr. Kohberger's plea sharply changed the Sixth Amendment fair trial / First Amendment balance in this case. Mr. Kohberger will never face a jury to determine his guilt, nor will a jury have any role in determining whether the DP is the proper punishment. All that remains is for the court, not a jury, to impose a sentence. And this is by virtue of the entry of the guilty plea on July 2nd, 2025, is what it appears the media is pushing here. The media continues. But even then, the parties have waived a pre-sentence investigation, and Mr. Kohberger has agreed that he will not argue for anything less than consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. Next paragraph. Even before Mr. Kohberger was arrested, the court entered and has enforced a non-dissemination order restructuring the individuals involved with the case from making extra judicial statements. These non-dissemination orders have been predicated on a single justification: preservation of Mr. Kohberger's right to a fair trial. But Mr. Kohberger's change of plea and the terms of his plea agreement have rendered that justification moot. In the absence of this justification, the non-dissemination order's infringement on the First Amendment is impermissible. Indeed, at the conclusion of the plea hearing, the state said only that it opposed the court's suggestion to discontinue the order because it would be easier for the parties in preparing for sentencing. This cannot justify the continued imposition on free speech. The non-dissemination order is now plainly overbroad and therefore runs afoul of the First Amendment. Accordingly, the Media Coalition respectfully requests that this court vacate the non-dissemination order immediately. And then it continues on. It provides various arguments here. The non-dissemination order impermissibly prohibits free speech. That appears on page 3. Page 4, the non-dissemination order is no longer justified by the need to preserve a fair trial. On page 4, and then page 5, there are no longer legitimate justification for continuing enforcement of the non-dissemination order. And various cases are cited here. Conclusion, simply put, the non-dissemination order no longer serves a legitimate purpose. For the reasons stated in this memorandum, the Media Coalition respectfully requests that this court grant its motion and vacate. That means set it aside. This will now conclude this episode of the Indie Zone. Thank you for joining us today.